Boost your high ticket sales with these 5 high ticket sales confidence essentials. I'm Heather Wild. I'm a lead gen and sales strategist for online entrepreneurs. And keep listening because I'm going to give you these 5 tips plus a really great free resource. Okay, so diving right in. The first thing that you need to get high ticket sales, especially in 2025, is really, really high quality lead gen. Now, what I mean by high quality lead gen is that you're not trying to focus on getting hundreds of leads every month. Instead, you are zeroing in on an actual target market that is based on like the best of the best clients that you've ever had, the people that you have loved working with and have gotten the greatest results. If you love working with them, but they didn't get great results, that's not who you want. They have to have been wonderful to work with and have gotten great results. And you need to look at the characteristics of those people and make sure that that is who you are targeting. Those types of people are the people you are targeting with your lead gen. So lead gen means your marketing, so your social media posts, your videos, your TikToks, that kind of thing, and also your lead magnets. Okay. And if you don't have that focus, then you're going to be pulling in maybe a lot more people. Well, there's one or two things. If you don't have good lead gen, number one, you may get nothing, no leads at all. The other bad thing that can happen is you get too many leads, and most of them are not good leads. And so it just ends up being a lot of wasted time and effort. Okay. So, first thing that you need to be really confident in your high ticket sales process is really good lead gen. Okay. And I'll say a little bit more about that in a second. The second thing that you need to be really confident with high ticket sales is to have an aligned sales strategy. So there's a million different ways to sell out there, right? The thing that is going to work best in 2025 is more personalized ways of selling. So actually building relationships with people in the DMs, and no, I don't mean sending, 20 cold DM messages a day, or, taking 6 months of, talking about your personal life with people in the DMs before you get around to making a sale. There's a strategic, effective, efficient way to build relationships with people, but also with personalized selling. So actually talking to people either in a DM conversation or on a video call, we're actually face to face with somebody and talking through whether it makes sense for you to work together or not. And if you are a high integrity entrepreneur, if you're somebody that your online business, yes, you love making money, you love being able to support yourself, support your dreams. Maybe you're traveling the world. Maybe you're, funneling your money back into your family. Maybe you're doing both, right? But for you, it's about more than just the money and the freedom and location freedom and all that. It's all also about your soul's mission. Like whatever you're doing as a coach, a healer, or service provider online is something that that like it's in your soul contract, like you're here to do this work, right? And if you are a truly purpose driven entrepreneur like that, then it really matters to you how you sell. So if you've been trying to use a sales system or sales tactics that don't feel good to you, you're not going that's a big reason why you're not getting as consistent sales. Is a big reason why scaling past 100K years is difficult for you. Okay. So you need an aligned sales strategy. It is totally possible to sell without being an asshole. It is totally possible to sell with absolutely zero pressure. And if you are high integrity, you need that aligned way of selling. Okay. 3, you need sales skills. So this is one of the biggest things that makes me bonkers about listening to other sales coaches or other business coaches online is like they'll either talk all about strategy or they'll talk all about mindset. Okay. For me, I'm more of a strategy person. Mindset, it can be important. I may or may not have a little rant about that in this video, but what people don't talk about is the skills. You can have a great strategy, but number one, if it's not aligned for you, you're not going to feel great about using it, and therefore you're not going to get as great results. Number two, if you don't have the right skills that make that strategy work, if somebody just handed you a strategy, but you don't know actually, how to get people from the lead magnet onto a sales call or from, the sales call, maybe they didn't close on the call. So you're going to have to follow up with it. If you don't have those skills, if you don't have that knowledge, then the best strategy in the world, even the most aligned strategy in the world is not going to work for you. So to get high ticket sales, you need to know how to communicate with your leads. You need to know what and how to listen to them, right? And I mean, you can kind of like listen to what they're saying in the DMs too. I'm a very strong proponent of sales calls because I get a lot of visual cues and I can hear a lot in people's tone that gets lost in DMs, right? But regardless, you need to know like what to ask and what you're listening for. And it can't be generic sales scripts. You need like specific questions about your actual offer that showcase your expertise. You also need to know how to handle objections. And this is something that, especially us high integrity entrepreneurs, we really have a problem with the objection thing because we don't want to be pushy. We don't want to push somebody into working with us, right? We don't want to use gross tactics. But you do need to understand the psychology behind sales objections and how to do what I call addressing concerns. If you don't have those skills, and then you're going to miss out on a lot of sales, and even more importantly and more sad, those people are going to miss out on their transformation because you didn't know how to handle that part of the sales conversation. Okay, so you need those sales skills. All right, number 4. You need to know how to vet your leads. So one of the biggest mistakes that gets taught a lot in the online world, online business world, is that you need to be getting on calls. You need to book calls with everybody. Y'all, that is how, number 1, you burn out. Number 2, your confidence gets a beating because you have people ghost you and not show up for the appointment. You have people get on that aren't the right fit. You hear a lot of no, you hear a lot of excuses, and like not all sales objections are excuses is one of the other really radically different ways of how I teach selling. But if somebody, they're not really serious, right? But they may just kind of like give you all these excuses, and it can really erode your confidence. Like I know early in my career, when I was talking to people and like nobody was buying, I was like, God, I'm just not a good coach. And that wasn't it at all. The truth was that I wasn't really good at lead gen and sales. So I had to fix that. Okay, now before I go into the next tip, I have a really great resource. It is 5 sales success secrets. The link will be down in the description. Go get that. It's going to go more deeply into the actual sales conversation itself and give you some information about some other really great free resources you can get from me. So do that, and also give me a like and subscribe. Okay, number 5. You need to have like actual knowledge and experience about what you're doing. So if you're a newer coach or healer or service provider, like don't listen to the people who say, oh, you just have to be like one step ahead of your clients. You don't have to learn how to coach. You don't have to learn about healing. Just do it all off of internet intuition. No, go get some training and work with some free clients or some low paying clients at first and get some experience. And when you have that experience and you know that you know what you're doing, and you can still have imposter syndrome. I'm not saying this is going to completely cure imposter syndrome, but the more practice you have at what you do and the more you look back, if you are somebody who is already making close to 6 figures, you can look back at your client results. And if you've been working with some of the right people, you're going to see that you've actually been able to help people. And that is going to boost your confidence a lot and definitely make it a lot easier for you to make those high ticket sales. Okay. And then I have one more bonus tool for you, and that is personal growth. So most of us in the online industry, like so many entrepreneurs, are ADHD. A lot of us are trauma survivors. We got a lot of stuff going on, right? And we're usually attracted to being an entrepreneur because it's difficult for us to work in like normal work environments. But especially those of us who became coaches and healers, like we've had this growth journey and we want to be able to help others, right? And that's a beautiful thing. And we have to keep growing. We keep having to, we need to keep having mentors, keep having supportive people around us that are also on growth paths, people that we trust to help us see our blind spots, right? And figure out how we can like get unblinded in those spots, right? And just working on our emotional resiliency, all of that kind of stuff. And, even some mindset stuff. I'll do something about sales mindset in another video. But okay, so your 5 essential tools for confidence in high ticket sales. You need excellent lead gen where you're focused on quality, not quantity. You need aligned sales strategy, high ticket sales strategy, because trying to sell high ticket with low ticket strategies is not going to work. You need actual sales skills. You need to know like what to ask, and well, not only what to ask, but from some generic sales script, but like you need to know custom questions to ask, and you need to know like what you're listening for, what you're looking for. And it is really important to understand the sales psychology behind quote unquote objections. They're really just concerns. I'll do a whole video about that. You need to be vetting your leads. You don't get in sales conversations with just anybody. And the more you vetted that person and you really know that they're a good fit, you're automatically going to be more confident in that high ticket sales conversation. Okay. And you need client experience, the knowledge and experience about what you do, and, experience, even if that's just working with, 5 free clients and then, upping your prices a little bit as you go. That's going to do so much to increase your confidence and make it a lot easier. Because one of the biggest mistakes I see from newer entrepreneurs is trying to sell high ticket right off the bat, especially if you have a mentor that's trying to get you to go from like never having sold anything to selling like a $5,000 package. It's one of the things that most people can't make that jump. Okay. All right. And then your bonus tool is continuing to grow as a person, continuing, having that support system around you, having a mentor, having different mentors around you to help you with your personal growth and mindset healing, that kind of stuff. Okay. So this is something, having these things made it so much more possible for me to sell. I hated sales and I could not sell anything high ticket. I think that, before I started getting a foundation in these 5 actually 6 things with the bonus, I could only sell like a $400 package, and that scared the crap out of me. But once I started getting these things, I was able to elevate and start selling like $3,000 packages for 90 days. And I've seen the same thing with my clients as well. So share your experience in the comment. What has been your experience with getting high ticket sales? Oops. You guys didn't need to see me anyway. Getting high ticket sales, your confidence, what do you feel like has been in the way of you having confidence? Which of these, 5 or 6 things do you feel like is most missing? And what else would you like to see around high ticket sales or confidence on my channel? All right, thanks everybody. And make sure to look for the freebie in the description. All right, bye-bye.